first step of Hillary Clinton tomorrow morning should be to recommend to the President recognition of the Palestinian state now. It's been too long, and after all,
the late Miss Rachel Corrie, the peace activist who lost her life to an Israeli military bulldozer while protesting home demolitions in Rafah in the Gaza Strip. Mr. Eugene Byrd, who relentlessly defended justice in Palestine and lobbied the US government to be fair and even-handed.
Rachel Corrie went to the occupied Palestinian territories equipped with only her humanity and a desire to help those less fortunate. Tragically, Rachel would give her life for her ideals, crushed to death by an Israeli army bulldozer in March 2003 while attempting to prevent the demolition of Palestinian homes in the city of Rafah. Before leaving Evergreen State College to travel to Gaza, Rachel coordinated a pen pal program between children in Olympia and Rafah. Inspired by the nonviolent philosophies of both Gandhi and Martin Luther King, Rachel was a firm believer that violent, direct action was the only way to effectively confront Israel's illegal occupation and colonization of Palestinian land, and to bring justice, peace, and security to Palestinians, Israelis, and Americans alike. A month before her death, Rachel wrote home, and I quote, "No amount of reading, attendance at conferences, documentary viewing, and word of mouth could have prepared me for the reality of the situation here. You just can't imagine it unless you see it. And even then, you're always well aware that your experience is not at all the reality," end quote. Unlike so many others, Rachel wasn't content watching from the sidelines. She felt compelled to stand up against the injustices she witnessed, and for that, we will be forever grateful. Rachel's dedication to freedom and justice for the Palestinian people has inspired countless others around the world to follow her example, including her parents, Cindy and Craig, who we are pleased and honored to have with us here this evening to accept this award on her behalf. Please join me in welcoming Cindy and Craig, please.
Many of you may know, Rachel actually brought us to this issue, and the amazing thing is she also brought us to all of you. So since Rachel first started teaching her mother something about this issue before she went to Palestine, and through her emails and through us getting to know her friends, who are now our friends, we've been able to meet the people, for instance, the children that were behind the wall that she stood up in front of in Gaza. We've been to Gaza, I think, 4 times altogether, twice last year. We've been to the West Bank a few times this year. When we've been in Israel, we spent time with Israeli Palestinians as well, and of course, you in the diaspora. I think that Rachel did her work on this day of solidarity with the Palestinian people. I think that's particularly fitting for Rachel because she did her work with the people. And it's the people that we've been able to meet and that we're so grateful for, and that have brought us into their families. And we've become a part of those families, that they've become a part of our family. So we're so grateful for this. I think Cindy has something. The award, of course, goes to Rachel, and I think Cindy has a reply sort of from Rachel here that she'd like to share with you.
Rachel let us know that she drew her courage and her strength from the example of the Palestinian families that she was staying with in Rafah in 2003. We were asked if we would share something about her, And I always think that her words, the words that she left us with, share more, tell more about her than we can tell you in our words. I want to just close our remarks with a very short letter that she wrote to a young girl named Nyla in Rafah. I think it expresses her feelings about what she was observing. It certainly expresses our feelings about what we have observed in Gaza of late, and emphasizes, I think, the need for us all to keep working for a resolution to this issue. Rachel wrote in February 2003, Nyla, you are a beautiful person inside and out. You have been very kind to me, and I can see that you have a good heart. I can also see that you are very intelligent. Thank you for being my friend, for helping me with Arabic, for accepting me into your home. I will never forget your generosity. You are a very talented person. Do not ever forget that you deserve all the best things in life. I hope you will follow your dreams. I believe that you will be good at whatever you do. Whether you are a teacher, a chemist, a translator, a diplomat, or anything else, the world will be better because of your work. Life is difficult for people here in Rafah. The world should be ashamed of this, but also we should be inspired by people like you who show human beings can be kind, brave, generous, beautiful, strong, even in the most difficult of circumstances. Thank you for existing, for helping me see how good people can be, despite great hardship. I will be thinking of you. Follow your dreams. Believe in yourself. Don't give up. Much love and respect. Rachel Corrie from Olympia, Washington, USA.
Palestinians, brothers and sisters, it's great honor and pleasure to be with you tonight on such an occasion celebrating Palestine, which we believe in day and night, and that we will never forget. It's a great pleasure to be with you. It's a great pleasure that we get together and know that Palestine is alive and will always be alive. Occupation can come and go. You can occupy land. Palestine had been occupied before, and it got its freedom. And soon, I hope, and we must have our independent, viable state that we've been waiting for. Israel was built in the United States. Our heart is with our people in Palestine, with their suffering, with their steadfasting. But here, we have a duty and responsibility as Palestinians, as Americans, to remember our people and work with each other. Israel was built in the United States of America. My fellow Palestinians, some of us are Palestinian by birth, some are by choice. I'm glad to be both. I am honored to be a Palestinian and working for the Palestinian cause and carry our American dreams to expand to democracy, human rights, help our people with education, manufacturing, security, healthcare, human rights is all what we're talking about. And that we have had deaf ear of Israelis. Human right does not exist to our people. We must insist on Israel, and we must insist on our American Congress and senators and all the people. We deserve human rights. We are the people of the land. Long live Palestine and long live Palestinians. God bless you.